Well, hello, and for this week's slightly belated forward look video, I'm taking refuge on the terrace just outside the Speaker's garden to try and glean any intelligence about what on earth is going to happen next. Now, I thought this week we were heading towards a strong chance of getting the deal on Brexit across the line, with a number of colleagues taking my view that we had to hold our nose and vote for something that would actually get us through Brexit and achieve Brexit and then deal with all the problems still to come later, rather than risk losing Brexit altogether. And of course yesterday the Speaker torpedoed it by saying he's not going to accept any more votes along similar lines, and it's still unclear where we go from here. We've got the Prime Minister now having to go to the European Council later this week without having got the deal through and without knowing whether we will be able to have a vote next week. And all the time it's not easily clear how we can end up having no deal if nothing's been resolved by the 29th of March. This is hopeless, but we've just got to see what's going to happen over the next few days, and I'm going to get on with my work as an MP doing all the other important stuff that's not Brexit as well. Now, after a really frustrating week last week, there was some fantastic positive news. My private member's bill has at last become law and went through on Friday, and I've had lots of fantastic messages and many thanks to all those who've written to me. But really gratifying was I've had 6 people who sent me emails or tweets over the weekend to say that they had proposed to their prospective civil partner on the back of my bill going through on Friday, which is really encouraging news in an otherwise rather depressing world at the moment. Now, back in the real world, I have Home Affairs Select Committee this week. We've got our ongoing, very important report on serious violence and knife crime in particular. I've got meetings with the British Board of Film Classification, where I'm doing work with them as to how we can develop their age verification portals, particularly aimed at preventing young kids being able to access hardcore pornography and violence online as well, and they're doing some really good work with that. I've got a meeting around businesses and how we can make them greener, following on from the green awards we had here, which involved the project just last week as well. There's another meeting about the situation in Yemen. As Vice Chairman of the All-Party Yemen Group, I should be involved in that. And then we've got some regulations going through Parliament where a number of people are concerned about the introduction of relationship and sex education guidelines as well, where I know there are some concerns to make sure we get it absolutely right and it is age appropriate. Then back in the constituency on Friday, I'm starting with a breakfast with local businesses, and it will be really important to get their feedback on the continued uncertainty and the impact that's having from Brexit on the businesses, which I'm concerned about. Then I should be going to Shoreham for the official opening of the Adur Tidal Walls Defence works, which has been a great investment locally to make sure the flooding threat is minimised. I know there's a number of ongoing problems still on Shoreham Beach, which I've been dealing with. Then I'm going to be planting a tree to mark the 20th anniversary of Worthing Homes, the Worthing social landlord that I think has done a really good job looking after tenants. And then on Saturday morning there's going to be a street surgery in Selden Ward in Lyndhurst Road, where I'll be there with local councillors from 11. And then I'm going to end up on Saturday evening with a bit of relaxation, thank goodness at last, with the Worthing Philharmonic Orchestra concert at the Worthing Assembly Rooms. And then goodness knows what's going to happen next week.